I've already talked about disinformation, the hate speech. We are getting closer to the 2026 elections, and these spaces are going to be misused. Already, we can see some disinformation spreading. You'll be shocked tomorrow to see a member of parliament being, on social media, mentioning some things which actually, yet it is actual artificial intelligence. It's not the person speaking. But you can see, to the ordinary person in the village, they will actually say, you actually said this. We saw the video, when actually you have not done so. So our laws need to be reviewed to ensure that the gaps therein are actually identified, and we make necessary amendments to these legislations so that we do not, disenfranchise anybody. A 2021 study by the Interparliamentary Union of Parliamentarians in Africa reported that 46% of female MPs reported having been the target of sexist attacks online. You can imagine 46%, and this is Africa alone. So, and these are some of the things that discourage now some people from getting onto these spaces. There are people who tell you, I'll never get Facebook, I'll never get Twitter, I'll never even this WhatsApp, just because there is a lot of information, and some of it is actually not correct information. So the misuse of these spaces is an issue. Unfortunately, we have done well as a country to have some legislations in place to deal with this. However, we should also ensure that we do not intimidate people, because freedom of speech is a fundamental right.
We shall work very closely. So I think now this is the mother ministry of the Parliamentary Forum on Internet Governance. So I have no option but to work with you, and let's work together to address all these issues. People have questions, and I know you will discuss them. Why does the government sometimes switch off the internet during elections? For instance, I can read that question in the mind of civil society and civil society. Sometimes that one is done in good faith for strategic reasons, because also internet and technology have been misused in some situations. And the government is there to protect all of us, Because technology, to some extent, reflects new issues. And we have to do a lot of reading, a lot of research, to know what is happening globally, so that as Parliament, we can raise the debate on these issues. Honorable Saropendo was raising the issues of gender, and you are right. Sometimes gender issues are very key. We must bring them out. Our youthful population, how are they using data and internet services? We have to guide them to use the internet for the positive and development side, but not to misuse internet. We have legislations which we have put in place, like the Computer Misuse Act. And indeed, there are young people especially who, when he gets or she gets some money to buy data, just uses the data to insult and abuse, especially politicians. And we have cautioned our young population that let us use internet, let's use technology to transform ourselves. Don't spend the whole day just abusing a member of parliament simply because you are on WhatsApp or Facebook and so forth.
That schools are play a bigger role in parenting than we actual parents. And why? That brings us to the issue of technology. Technology is now playing a much more critical role in parenting than us actual parents, because we are busy on our gadgets, including you as truly here, I can tell you. You cannot avoid just checking on your gadget with the little time you have with your children. So such a forums, Honorable Sarah, I really want to thank you and congratulate you and honorable colleagues for coming up with such a forum. I hope these are the issues we shall look at, so that we govern the internet, it doesn't govern us. We control the internet, it does not control us. We shape it, it does not shape us. 50% of data usage, according to reports I was seeing, in Uganda goes on TikTok. What's on TikTok? Rugambo. Hozambe, people dancing Hozambe. Now you have Honorable Kasaija with the dance. I didn't know he had such a grooves. I didn't know Honorable Kasaija was. Yeah. He tells you, colleagues, money is coming, but money is going via TikTok. So how can we use internet productively? Okay? What's on TikTok? Videos of, people laughing, people doing what? Someone is making money on you. Huge amounts of 50% of data usage in this country. In fact, I think it has gone beyond 50% already. Over 50% of data usage in this country goes on TikTok. Or data. The data you buy in your offices, and that data you buy for your children. People on TikTok, they are not doing your work. Okay? So, where we put our internet is very, very critical. Okay? You find the urban-rural divide should worry us more. Because in Africa, according to the UN, 57% of internet penetration is in the urban areas compared to 23% in the villages. So, Honorable Badjomunsi, how will people in Kanu, and I'm sure this last mile, that's why we supported you on this last mile connection project, hoping we can help the rural areas access internet and also but have it in a very, very affordable way. But for Uganda specifically, internet usage is at 28%. 28%. So meaning Nita, you and team and, we need to really do more so that internet penetration can go much deeper. Means we must have collaboration in terms of regulating the internet deeply. We might celebrate the internet, but regulating it is very, very critical. And that's why I'm excited with my sister Sarah and honorable colleagues and our partners who are supporting us in this. Regulation of the internet, not the regulation of, when we talk of regulation, they talk of the politics and people who use it wrongly on politics. And no, I'm meaning responsible use of the internet so that the internet can be productive for our communities. The internet doesn't become a source of suicide, people committing suicide, abuse, online abuse. It doesn't become a source of fraud, people losing their money, but rather people making money. Okay? That's the kind of internet I'm talking about.